Well, Mike, it's homecoming season here at Lincoln University, and one of the greatest traditions is the Lincoln University Homecoming Parade, and we are just about to kick off.
That's right, Misty. We've got, it's a beautiful day. The crowd is lining the streets, and everybody is ready for a parade.
Of course, we always begin the parade with the Lincoln University Police Department, and we also have some Civil War reenactors. Of course, Lincoln University was founded by Civil War veterans, and so every year we happen to have Civil War reenactors in the parade with us.
That's right, and it looks like it's Mark Schleer from the library, who is one of our walking soldiers. It looks like we've got the class of 72.
Yeah, class of 1972 is celebrating their 50th year anniversary this year, and so we are excited to have the class of 1972 represented. So
50 years ago.
50 years, and they still look as good as they did back in 1972,
yes,
Mike.
They do. We had a couple from that graduating class stopped by the radio station yesterday.
Fantastic.
Just so glad to see them.
We have another one of our Civil War reenactors walking along with us here as well. Professor Essex Gardner just threw some candy at us. So
exactly
we
right.
never get candy up here, so I'm always excited when we do. And directly behind our Grand Marshals, of course, Mike, we have the president of Lincoln University, Dr. John Mosley, who was just inaugurated last month, and we have his beautiful family, his wife Crystal and their daughter Jillian are joining us in the parade. We're very excited to see what Dr. Mosley is already doing with Lincoln University, and we're glad to have him with us.
Yes, always really, really glad to have Dr. Mosley here walking in the parade, shaking hands, greeting all the folks.
Dr. Mosley, of course, joined Lincoln University as the head coach many years ago for basketball, and he has made the transition to Lincoln University president and is doing fantastic things. Well, this is what everybody came to see already here at the beginning of the parade, Mike. The Lincoln University Marching Musical Storm. The best band in the land, definitely the best band here in the Midwest, and they are small but mighty.
That's exactly right, under the direction of Larry Newby, and we're...
And Dr. Michael Johnson. This musical group serves as great ambassadors for the university. They travel all over the country and represent Lincoln University very well. But we're not here to look at them. Let's take a listen to them. Mike, I am a band groupie. As soon as I hear that first drum beat, I am ready to dance. The Lincoln University Marching Musical Storm.
That's right. And of course, the Marching Musical Storm's followed up by the Lincoln University Cheerleaders.
These two groups are amazing. They bring so much spirit to the university. If you go to a football game, basketball game, or even just an afternoon on campus, these two groups are just fantastic to be around.
The the spirit of Lincoln University.
I'd have to agree with that. And following the Lincoln University cheerleaders, of course, is the governing body of Lincoln University, the Lincoln University Board of Curators. They are just as fun as the band and the cheerleaders, Mike. I can guarantee you these men and women are spirited members, and we love having them. They do their very best to lead our university, and we love our Lincoln University Board of Curators.
Curator Terry Rackers is walking. And then we have a few
Curator,
cars.
yes, President Victor Pasley.
That's right.
And then we have Curator Vito Bracey is in the car as
That's
well.
Right.
It sounds like the curators have run out of candy.
Yes,
so
they were using
this is a tragedy.
They were using the KJLU shopping bags to hold their candy.
Well, you obviously didn't give them big enough shopping bags,
Obviously,
Mike.
yes.
So we have another great class. This is the Logan family, and they're representing the class of 1962.
Oh, gosh, so great to have the Logan family in the parade today. Class of 61. If I do my math correctly, Misty, that is 61 years.
That's amazing. And we love to see all of our alums come back, but we especially love to see the seasoned alums come back here to Lincoln University. And it looks like we have County Commissioners Sam Bushman and Harry Otto are joining us here in a lovely, lovely Corvette.
That's exactly right. You think that's Sam's car?
I don't know. Tuxedo business is pretty good business. So. And you know, here at Lincoln University, we are so very lucky to be in the capital city of Missouri, and we have a wonderful mayor here in Jefferson City,
Yes,
Mayor
we do.
Carrie Turgeon, and she supports Lincoln University, and she is here with us again this year. In the parade, she is always here unless she happens to be traveling out of the country, and she's taking a selfie with
She
us.
is.
And so we are so excited to have Mayor Turgeon here with us again.
We
So
might say the spirit of Jefferson
she
City.
is the spirit of Jefferson City, and her father is always great to lend his Corvettes.
Yes.
The LU Aggies, Mike.
You know, they always have a great float
They
in
do.
the Lincoln University
They do. And
parade.
they support agriculture, of course. These are many of our agriculture students, and we love having the LU Aggies. They always come out and participate.
The blueprint.
Yep, that's this year's theme, Mike. So the blueprint, of course, is how we map out success at Lincoln University. We have several of our county commissioners represented. Of course, this is Commissioner Jeff Helsher and
That's
friends. They've put in their Jeeps again this year. Jeff Helsher always has several of his friends participate in many of the local parades, and so we're glad to see Commissioner Helsher and several of his friends represented here in this year's Lincoln University Parade. You know, I am a Jeep gal at heart, Mike, and so I love seeing these Jeeps. I don't have a Jeep, but I promise as soon as my kids are old enough and I don't have to transport all of these children, I'm getting a Jeep.
So you are a Jeep gal.
I am
that
a
is
Jeep
something
gal.
I did not know.
I love Jeeps. I think they are just a phenomenal vehicle.
I'm an SUV guy.
I have an SUV because I have a lot of kids, but I would love to take some doors off and just ride.
Yeah?
Yep.
I'd like to put more doors on.
Yeah. If we could have extra doors, that would be great. But we love to see, like I said, Commissioner Helsher and all of his friends in the Jeep
Brought
Club
all his friends.
represented. Yes.
They're all driving Jeeps.
These are the men of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated represented here. These are members of the student chapter here at Lincoln University, as well as the graduate chapter represented.
That's right. Looks like we have some that are riding and some that are walking.
Yes. Greek life is very important in the collegiate experience, and we have so many of our alums that come back because they really enjoyed that collegiate experience, and part of that experience, of course, was being involved in Greek life. And so we always love seeing the fraternities and sororities represented in the parade.
That is exactly right, Misty.
The best part about parades these days is that you see here we've got a couple of them taking selfies. It used to just be you had to go to a parade and watch the parade, but now we have people going live on Facebook and taking pictures and able to preserve the memories. So.
It makes it more of an experience if you're going live. You know?
It does. Well, for those that can't be here.
That's right.
And directly behind the men of Omega Psi Phi, we have the lovely, the beautiful ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
Now, you're not prejudiced, are you?
My sorority, Mike. And so I am so excited to see my sorority sisters represented in this year's parade.
It looks like they're excited to see you as well.
Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority was founded in 1908 at Howard University.
It looks like they're in a few cars. Look at you posing with your pinky up.
That also happens to be my car.
Oh, that is your car.
We have the Lincoln University Alumni Association represented, Dr. Sherman Bonds, who actually lives in Atlanta, but so committed to Lincoln University. He is our National Alumni Association president, and anytime there's anything going on at the university, whether it's homecoming or any other event, he is always here on campus ready to represent.
Glad to have Dr. Bonds on campus.
Yes. Yesterday, the Alumni Association swore in a few new officers, and they, of course, swore in Vice President Cynthia Hardin Bowie, who happens to be my sorority sister as well.
It's great to have the alumni coming back to campus.
So fantastic. We, of course, have many strong alumni chapters, and the Chicago Metro Alumni Chapter is one of the strongest chapters at Lincoln University, and so it's good that we get to see them come down every year and participate in the homecoming year after year after year. Chicago Metro Alumni Chapter, represented by Mr. Lionel Harris, I believe, is driving the vehicle there. We have
and they still have some candy left.
They do still have
here
some
at the
candy.
tail end of the parade.
They rationed theirs out. Dallas-Fort Worth chapter, of course, their president is Lanisha Creeks. She's a member of the class of 1997. And Miss Creeks is here in the parade with us this year. Dallas-Fort Worth, again, is another one of the great alumni chapters. And then, of course, one of our feeder cities is St. Louis. We have many, many alums that come from St. Louis, and the Greater St. Louis Alumni Chapter is represented this year.
Yeah, their president's in that car.
Yeah. Lincoln University has more than 20 alumni chapters across the country. So if you're in a city, you can probably find somebody from Lincoln University with whom you can connect, and if you can't, then call the Lincoln University Alumni Affairs Office, and they'll be happy to help you get a chapter started.
And it's always great to be able to connect with other alumni from the school that you went to.
It is. Looks like Greater St. Louis has so many people that they actually have a couple of cars. So here's more of the Greater St. Louis chapter. And this is actually the 2022 Lincoln University Family of the Year. This is the Lewis and Poindexter family. We have many great families at Lincoln University that send student after student to us. And so we have generations of families that attend Lincoln University. Greater St. Louis.
I've yet to teach the son of somebody who I've taught before, but I think that's
Give it time, Mike.
just around the bend. I've been here a while.
The Greater St. Louis chapter also has a scholarship, and so we see their scholarship chairperson passing us as well. And the Memphis Alumni chapter is with us. Memphis is another city that is very strong. We have a lot of alums that come from Memphis, and so we're glad to see the Memphis Alumni chapter represented.
Yeah, Memphis is a great town.
It is.
We're fortunate to have alumni from Memphis.
We are. I feel like I need to get down to Memphis. I need some good barbecue. Not that I don't love Kansas City barbecue.
Yeah.
So.
You get down to Beale Street.
Beale Street sounds like a good idea to me, and of course, one of our strongest chapters, Mike, is the Jefferson City Lincoln University Alumni Chapter, and we have several chapter members there in the vehicle. We have Miss Carolyn Cave, Dr. Eric Burgess, and Dr. Burgess's wife are there in the vehicle together, and so we are excited to see the Lincoln University Alumni Chapter represented. Mr. Charles Glasper is here on his motorcycle. Mr. Charles Glasper is actually the treasurer of the Lincoln University Alumni Association, the National Alumni Association, and he is a member, of course, of the Jefferson City Alumni Chapter as well. Mr. Glasper has been a longtime supporter of Lincoln University. He used to work at Lincoln University for several years.
Yes, he
and
did.
So we are always excited to see him and his motorcycle in the parade.
Oh,
so
yeah.
He always brings his motorcycle out, and it is a sweet motorcycle.
Wow, it really is.
So it sounds like he's playing the wobble, Mike. Do you want to dance?
Well, let's do it later, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We've already got the camera
That's right.
set, so.
Yeah. So Charles Glasper's bringing the noise and the funk.
This is our second band in the parade, Mike. We have the Central High School Blue Eagles Marching Band. This is one of those performance groups that, of course, is not from here in mid-Missouri, so they had to get up this morning, travel several hours to get here, but still able to perform in the Lincoln University Homecoming Parade, and they give it so much energy. Of course, youth is helpful, but talent is fantastic as well.
That is exactly right. We don't have a lot of bands in the parade this year. There's a lot of band competitions going on this weekend, and so that has depleted the number that could be here, but we're grateful for the ones we do have.
The ones that are here are strong, and we're glad to have them. So we have a lot of our performance groups stopping right here in front of us. We have the judges stand right next to us. Our judges this year are Mr. Oliver Manuel, who is a member of the Lincoln University staff. We have City Administrator Steve Cole, who is been with the city for very long, and he works very hard on behalf of the city. And we have Miss Diane Abney. She's a retiree from the Jeff City Public Schools, and so we like to say that she's on a permanent vacation and enjoying it.
I think the band's going to perform.
Fantastic. Mike, it was a little cool this morning, but I see this band is performing in shorts, and I think they picked the right attire.
I think they've really heated things up.
You have to commend, of course, the band directors and all of the staff that work with the band, because they take, if you think about this, these are high school students, and so they take these students with some talent, but they mold that talent and turn them into a band with one big sound, and they are fantastic. And so we have to commend the staff of Central High School and all of the bands that have programs at their schools.
Well, you're so right. And so, of course, as you mentioned, this is the Central High School Blue Eagles Marching Band.
Blue Eagles, purple uniforms.
Maybe some of these students will be part of the Lincoln University band here in a few years.
Here's hoping. So, of course, here along Lafayette Street, we've said that we have the judges stand over here with Mr. Manuel, Mr. Cole, and also Diane Abney. And they stop along here, but then we have a lot of alums that are up ahead of us, and we sometimes get a little bottleneck because people have to stop and hug each other.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
Who could blame them on such a beautiful day?
So we have the Jefferson City Minority Business Council. This is a new council that has just started this year, but it is fantastic for being able to promote all of the minority businesses that are here in Central Missouri.
Looks like we have a politician here, J. Don Salcido.
Yes, running for state rep, District 60. So we are glad to have them. And also Bethany Mann is running for a seat.
There's a Lincoln University retiree, Dr. Dick
Yes,
Dalton.
Dr. Dick Dalton.
Yeah. Always great to see Dr. Dalton riding
sure
his
is
bike,
fantastic. So
waving his flag. And here's Mr. and Miss ROTC.
In another sweet Jeep, Mike.
That's right.
We have the ladies of the Alumni chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, represented here with us today. This is the Reloaded dance group, Mike, about to perform for us, and they've stopped in front of the judges stand, so they definitely, as the kids say, understood the assignment.
Yes.
I would imagine that some of these young ladies also have a future as members of the Blue Flames here at Lincoln University with their magnificent skills.
Here's hoping. Yeah.
I have to tell you, Mike, so all of this dancing that they're doing, I wore the wrong shoes last night. Like, they were amazing shoes, but I wore the wrong shoes last night and my legs are killing me. But these young ladies have managed to go through an entire parade and still be able to dance. Here we are at the end.
Well, like you said, youth, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm lacking in that these days.
Well, I really like those St. Louis Cardinal jerseys
Those are
they have.
fantastic.
Once again, this is the Reloaded dance group out of St. Louis.
Lincoln University Homecoming Parade is one of those parades that many of these groups love to participate in. And I know every year they contact the university and ask, when is homecoming? And so, like we had said, we're sad to see that we weren't able to get as many bands with us this year, but we are excited to have all of the performance groups that we do have. And because our homecoming parade is such a great tradition at Lincoln University, and it's been, I remember being a little girl very, very many years ago, and the Lincoln University Homecoming Parade was the parade to be in.
Oh, you're absolutely right. So glad to have the Reloaded dance group in our parade this morning.
Reloaded Dance Junkies.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Mike. Mike. Alibi Cookies is here. Now, it looks like they're probably not tossing out cookies, but I gotta tell you, if you have not been to this place, this is not a commercial, this is my personal opinion.
Yes.
If you have not been to this place, you are 1,000% missing out on fantastic cookies.
Do they have an apple pie cookie?
They do, and just walking in there, Mike, is the best thing ever.
Is there anything better than a nice warm cookie?
Well, the men of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity are pretty amazing. These, of course, are the men of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. This is the Beta Zeta Lambda chapter, which is the alumni chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha. So happy to see all of the men of Alpha Phi Alpha represented this year. My husband happens to be a member of Alpha Phi Alpha.
Ah!
We also have Training Ground with Corey Duckworth. Mr. Duckworth is a member of the class of 2008. That looks like it's actually Mrs. Duckworth driving this year.
And here's the Lincoln University nursing
program.
That's right.
One of the strongest programs at Lincoln University, and also one of the strongest programs in the nation. We are very, very proud of our Lincoln University nursing students, and they go on to be nurses all over the country. And I've had some hospital stays and doctor visits, and I've always run into a member of the School of Nursing.
Angels of Mercy.
Yes. We have many wonderful students at Lincoln University, and we have a new member of our campus royalty. This is Miss Big, Bold, and Glamorous. Miss Big, Bold, and Glamorous 2022-2023. This is a new queen that we have here at Lincoln University, and we are so excited to have her in this year's parade.
Big, bold, and glamorous.
Yes.
Here's Foster Care and Adoption Association. They're a United Way agency here in Jefferson City. And
one of the great agencies here in Jefferson City, doing a wonderful service that we need here in Central Missouri. Hey, Mike, it's Missouri. Oh, the library just sung to us.
That's
you normally
right.
just get books at the library, but we actually get a song from the library this
Oh,
year.
yeah.
And candy!
And candy. And there's their director, Claudia.
Yep.
Hi, Claudia.
Thank you. We got
Hey,
all the candy.
You know,
Mike.
you can check out books at the library. I don't know if you're aware of that.
You
yeah.
can check out books, but there are so many wonderful programs. Missouri River Regional Library and the staff over there, Claudia, the director, do a wonderful job at getting people into the library and just enjoying. They have family nights and so many different things, because the library isn't the library that you remember. It's a much bigger operation now. So
It really is. And if you can't make it to the library, there is the bookmobile.
it's a pretty cool bookmobile.
Oh,
I
my
kinda like
gosh,
to go
yeah.
on that myself. This is Chief Deputy Keith Hart. He is with the Prince Hall Masons of Missouri. We always, of course, have the Masons represented every single year in the Lincoln University Parade, and we are always so excited to see them, and this year is no exception.
And it looks like the next several vehicles will be Masons.
Yeah, we have Special Districts Deputy Philip Jackson. He represents the 4th Masonic District out of Columbia.
And here's Herbert Green.
Yes. Always love to have the Masons represented in the parade. We have several entries, several vehicles. Mike representing the Grand Lodge of Missouri.
Yes, we do. They always make a major impact on the Lincoln University homecoming
They do.
parade.
They are well represented every single year. I know couple of years I've helped to organize the parade, or at least take in the communications for the parade, and they always write in. They want to make sure that we've gotten their registrations because they want to make sure that they are represented in the parade, and so we definitely appreciate their support of Lincoln University.
Yes, yes we are.
That is a beautiful color. I don't think I've ever seen a vehicle that color. That is a beautiful color. And this is the Grand Worthy Matron, Barbara Lattimore. And she represents the BGC Missouri District, HGC Missouri District, I'm sorry. Those are the whistles. I was trying to figure out, I thought I was losing my mind, but there are definitely whistles happening right now.
Were you losing your mind or your hearing?
I couldn't
Good morning,
figure
thank
out.
you.
We are getting more candy this year, Mike, than we have ever received. So
well, I think we've earned it.
I think we have.
Or I think you've earned it.
You know, every year the candy throwers go past us.
They do.
We never get candy. People are recognizing us this year. I think it helps that we have the judges stand right next to us, because who doesn't want to make sure the judges like you?
Well, I got to give the Masons credit for still having candy
Me
this
too.
late in the parade.
Right, because again, we are closer to the end of the parade, and we know many that ran out on High Street.
Sure.
So, this is Shirley Sanders. She is the Grand Associate Mason. We also have, again, more of our Masons here represented. This is Amos Johnson representing Chapter 30 of the Order of Eastern Stars. And this is also the E.R. Bryson Strait Grand Assembly, Order of the Golden Circle.
They've made it out to the parade, and they're dressed in their finest. Here's the Moses Dixon Lodge, Prince Hall Masons.
Yes.
I think they recognize you.
Alums that I haven't seen for a very long time out of St. Louis. Of course, we have the 7th District, Chapter 14, represented here as well.
My goodness, a lot of Masons in the parade.
It looks like we have
19
entries by them. So they have chapters, of course, all over the state, and so many of the chapters have come together to participate in the parade. This is Harmony Grand Chapter, Order of Eastern Star, Missouri jurisdiction. This one is out of right here in Jefferson City. And I believe that's our last Masonic representative.
More of your fan club. So it looks like we got a dance troupe coming next.
Looks like we have Dance Unlimited joining us, and it looks like they are going to maybe stop and perform for the judges as well. They've even decorated their car. They have dancers, but they've managed to decorate their car as well, so kudos to them. That actually looks pretty cool. I would probably just leave that on my car for the day.
Yeah?
So Dance Unlimited, of course, is right here in Jefferson City.
Dance Unlimited Dance Team, as you mentioned, right here in Jefferson City.
It looks like they are preparing to perform for our judges, so let's take a look and see what they have for us. I don't know, Mike. I took 1 year of dance. Do you think maybe I still have a chance to be on the dance team?
I think you have a chance. I wouldn't say a large chance.
I've missed my window.
Yeah.
I like their uniforms, though. The pink.
Yeah, sure. But getting back, I don't want to kill your dreams.
That's all right. You know, if my day job doesn't work out
Yeah.
and this broadcasting thing doesn't work out, maybe I'll fall back on my dancing.
Well, there you go. You could always fall back
There
on
we go.
that.
Got a lot of different things I could try before I get back to dancing.
I think everybody should try anything they want before they're done.
So again, this is Dance Unlimited Dance Team right here out of Jefferson City.
I've actually been asked not to dance. I don't know
know-
if it's because I'm that good.
We'll go with that.
Okay.
I'm going to protect your feelings for today. Thank you to the Dance Unlimited Dance
right.
Team performing for our judges this morning.
So much practice has to go into a performance
Yeah,
like
that's
this.
not something that you just wake up and say, I'm going to do that this
No.
morning. So, many, many hours by their instructors, many, many hours by the choreographers and the parents.
So yeah, the girls are doing a great job, but we gotta give it up for their coaches
We
too.
do, we do.
It looks like we have the Jefferson City Host Lions Club next. They do so much good, not just in our community, but around the country.
Around the country. Fantastic organization. Actually, it's an international organization, and they do wonderful, wonderful things. And they have a beautiful, beautiful vehicle. What is this, a Camaro?
Camaro, yeah.
Kind of reminds me of a Transformer.
Well, let's hope it doesn't transform right in front of our eyes.
But the Host Lions Club actually does transform lives.
Ah, well done, Misty. Of course, they're also known for their Peanut Day, where they sell their peanuts as a fundraiser.
They have some of the best peanuts here in mid-Missouri. Looks like we have another dance group performing. These are the Dynamic Dolls, and they are getting ready to move up and show their skills to the judges. Again, our judges this year are Oliver Manuel, City Administrator Steve Cole, and also Mrs. Diane Abney.
The Dynamic Dolls dance team. Well, they got some kids of all ages, don't they?
They do. Young men and young women showing off their skills. And they are getting ready to stop and perform for the judges. The judges have a little assistance, too, to make sure that they know to stop and perform. We've got a great parade organizer over here, and Mr.
Oh, yeah.
Damon Nunn reminding them that they need to stop and perform for the judges.
They're lining up. That must mean a performance
It means
is coming.
something. They do have from tiny tots all the way up to high schoolers, it looks like. So start them off early, Mike.
That's it.
There they go. The Dynamic Dolls dance team.
A lot of talented young ladies out there.
And young men, too.
And young men, yes.
Dynamic Dolls look like they're going to, nope, they're ready to move on and get to the end of the parade. They've already had a long morning, Mike, and we thank them for their participation.
Well, I hope somebody saved them some candy.
I hope they did. We've got plenty up here all of a sudden. We could toss out to them. So
yeah, we're not going to, but we could.
I love kids, but I don't share candy.
That's it. That's my candy.
Like I said earlier, we have many of these groups that travel from far away, so they have to get up in the morning very early and then come down here to Jefferson City.
That's right.
We have the ladies of Sigma Gamma Rho sorority represented here.
That's right. Walking, and they're also in a vehicle here.
Yes. We have members, it looks like, of the graduate chapter as well as their undergraduate chapter.
So, Misty, how's your car doing?
Well, I don't know.
Do you need a tow?
Well, if I do, Tobin's Towing here can help me out, Mike. I hope my car is doing okay since it's further up in the parade. But I am very excited. I actually was just handed the keys to my car, Mike. I am very excited to see Tobin's Towing here in the parade.
You know, you're really excited to see them when you need a tow.
You are excited to see them when you need a tow. They still actually have candy as well. That kid has an arm.
Yeah, he does.
Tobin's Towing can tow anything for you. They have a flatbed there, and then just the regular tow truck as well.
That's right. You never want to need a tow, but it's good to have the Tobins around if you do need one.
It's good to have the name. I hear the judges discussing exactly how we're going to, because we have prizes for the parade, and they are trying to determine who wins best tow truck.
Oh, I have a pretty good idea who's going to win.
I think we know.
I hope they're not judging the announcers, because I feel like I'll come in second.
That's okay, Mike. We have the Central Missouri chapter of the Lynx represented in the parade this year. The Lynx organization. It's a group of women that does wonderful things to support our community through friendship and connection and service.
That's right, and this is, of course, the Central Missouri chapter.
Oh, I see. The judges are actually soliciting candy. So
Oh.
that's how we're
Now,
getting
that's
so
what I
much.
call good judges.
You know what? Those are the best judges in the world.
That's right. It looks like the Lynx have a couple of vehicles here in the parade.
Well, I feel like the judges have actually taken their candy bucket.
Yep.
And so the ladies of the Lynx, of course, strongly support all communities, but they want to make sure that we know that they support HBCUs like Lincoln University. Looks like we have Courtyard by Marriott represented,
That's right.
and they are bringing us some candy over. And we'll just ask, she's just
Oh,
tossed
yeah.
us a handful of candy, so she is my new best friend.
You know, I want to say this is the best we've ever done in a parade, you know, as far as candy goes.
Yes.
Fairfield by Marriott.
Yeah, I like their little shuttle. This is a pretty
Yeah.
cute little shuttle that they have. So Courtyard by Marriott is our host hotel. We have many of our alumni that are staying over at the Courtyard. I went over there last evening for a couple of events, and so wonderful things are happening at the Courtyard by Marriott.
Well, it looks to me like if you get towed by Tobin's, then maybe you could get a shuttle ride from
You
Fairfield.
probably could get a shuttle ride from Fairfield. Hey, Mike, do you need some money?
Well, there's Dan Westhues
Dan
from Central
Westhues
Bank.
and
Is he
his-
giving out money?
His friends from
and
Central
footballs
Bank.
and
It looks like he's just handing out cups.
and cups.
But
oh.
maybe the cups actually have money in them. No,
No
but they
money,
do
but-
have Lincoln University on them. So we appreciate the folks from Central Bank.
Yeah, they're
Great
well
friends.
represented today.
They are great friends of Lincoln University. If you haven't visited their downtown location, they actually have a wonderful tiger painted on their window this week to support Lincoln University homecoming. These are the 360 Stars in Motion dance group. And it looks like they're going to stop and perform for the judges, Mike.
They sure are. Once again, Stars in Motion. They have children of all ages
They
participating.
do, young men and young women. And a lot of supportive adults with them. So
Oh, yeah.
fantastic.
And they're not standing around. These are
They
stars
are-
in motion.
They are stars in motion. The 360 Star in Motion dance group, Mike, and they definitely live up to their name. They are certainly stars in our book.
Well, they sure are. And of course, they've got a lot of great supportive adults with them.
They do. Love to see children having a fan group, and who better than the adults in their lives. Stars in Motion dance group. 360 Star in Motion dance group. Well, this is an organization that's close to my heart, Mike. This is the Boys and Girls Club of Jefferson City. My kiddos have been Boys and Girls Club kids for years. They love attending summer camp. We don't do after school care there, but they have a wonderful after school program. They have a wonderful staff that loves the kids as hard as their parents do. And so we love the Boys and Girls Club of Jefferson City. So excited to see that they, of course, opened a facility on the Lincoln University campus several years ago. And they have expanded so much that they had to open a new location out west.
That's exactly right. Of course, Wade, their director, is leading the group, and they've got their bus here.
Yep, it looks like they have a couple of club kiddos with them. And this bus, they call this bus Jimbo. And my kiddos love to ride this bus. It's a school bus, but it's been transformed to be the Boys and Girls Club bus. And these
That's right.
kiddos love Jimbo, and they love the bus drivers.
The Boys and Girls Club of Jefferson City, great futures start here.
So we have the NAACP behind the Boys and Girls Club. The NAACP, of course, is a great organization protecting the civil rights of so many. Oh, everybody that walks over to the judges' stand is making it very clear that they're not trying to gain the judges' vote, but they keep handing them a handful of candy.
It
Mike.
makes you wonder, and that, of course, was Rod Chappell.
Yes, president of the statewide NAACP.
That's right.
So,
And of course, the NAACP is encouraging everyone to register and then vote.
make it count. Class of 1997 alumni from the class of 1997 represented here in the Lincoln University Parade in a pretty nice vehicle, if I do say so.
That's a fabulous car,
is.
yeah.
One good thing about a parade, you see some pretty nice vehicles. It makes you want to step up your car game.
Oh, yeah, I have a red car. It doesn't look like that.
Looks like that is Pastor James Howard riding in that vehicle.
Yeah. You know, his daughter works for me at the radio station. Fantastic, yeah.
It's a great family.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
And Pastor Howard is a member of the class of 1997. Well, Mike, homecoming at Lincoln University is just a wonderful time for students. Of course, they have had so many activities throughout the week. They started with a gospel concert on Sunday, and every single day this week has been jam-packed with things for students to do. They had a fashion show. Of course, they had the coronation of Mr. and Miss Lincoln University on Thursday night. Last night was a step show where the Greek organizations had a chance to showcase their talent. Many parties. Tonight there'll be a concert as well, and so it's just fantastic. Lincoln University homecoming, it's a time for alumni to come back, but the students also get an opportunity to celebrate as well. And so on a college campus, there is nothing more exciting than that spirit that you have during a homecoming, and the spirit on the Lincoln University campus is unmatched.
That is exactly right. And of course, you mentioned so many of the great activities that happened this week. Let's not forget we have a football game coming up this afternoon.
That's pretty much what you have homecoming for, Mike. And so we're excited that there will be a football game happening this afternoon and tailgating opportunities. And the Lincoln University Blue Tiger football team is doing well this year. They are getting some points on the board, and so we are so excited to have Lincoln University football team making a showing this year.
That's exactly right. Of course, there's going to be a tailgate party prior to the football game, and I guess even during the football game.
Prior to and during. So there's a little something for everybody. So you got a little football, got a little food, and a whole lot of fun.
That's a whole lot of fun.
Yep.
And of course, at the football game, they'll be recognizing the class of 1972.
They will, and they'll also be recognizing the winners of today's parade, Mike.
That's right. That's right.
So as we mentioned earlier, we get a little chance here every once in a while. We get a bottleneck because down at the intersection of Lafayette and Dunklin, the groups normally stop and perform again because there's a large group down there. And then there are just a lot of people, Mike, and sometimes it's a little difficult for some of our parade participants to get through. But
well, that's right. Well, you know, this week we were talking about some of the great activities. Board of Curators met this week, and they voted to rename one of the buildings on campus.
I've heard this, Mike, after Dr. James Frank, who was the only alumnus to serve as president of Lincoln University, and now Founders Hall is going to be named after him.
That is exactly right, and so that's very, very exciting for the Frank family. And you know, Dr. Frank, like Dr. Mosley, was a basketball coach here at Lincoln who rose to become president.
He was. And the late Dr. James Frank was a wonderful supporter of Lincoln University. The cuteness factor has just been upped a little bit here, Mike,
look at that.
Premium Pets out of Jefferson City, Missouri.
And
this is the Wagon.
Oh,
Mike.
that's clever.
That's
I like
a good
that.
play on words. They, of course, have doggy desserts, chews, and accessories so that you can keep your little four-legged friends very happy.
Premium Pets, it says on their van, they were voted #1 pet store in Jefferson City.
Fantastic. Jefferson City Parks and Recreation is right behind Premium Pets, and they are promoting Porch Fest tomorrow. Of course, they're promoting all of the wonderful activities offered by the Jefferson City Parks and Recreation, but Porch Fest is actually happening tomorrow. That's a great event where they pick a neighborhood and have performers perform on a porch, and it's super porches throughout the neighborhood.
So you're saying I have an opportunity to perform tomorrow?
If they haven't called you, Mike, no.
Maybe next year.
Yeah. So Jefferson City Parks and Recreation, of course, we are in, Lincoln University is in great collaboration with Jefferson City Parks and Recreation. They have, of course, the link that they share together.
That's exactly
And
right.
so that is the home base for Jefferson City Parks and Rec, and also a wonderful opportunity for Lincoln University students to continue their wellness efforts.
Yeah, we have a great partnership with J.C. Parks there at the link, and it's a beautiful facility. And it's well used here in Jefferson City.
It sure is. Every time I go in there, there's something happening.
And of course, you got some of the kids from Jeff City Parks who are showing their support for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Kansas City Chiefs, Mike. They good team, pretty good team.
Yeah.
Got a pretty good quarterback.
Yeah, they got a pretty good quarterback.
Yeah.
I think he's going to do all right for himself.
He's got a future.
Yeah.
So we thank Jefferson City Parks and Rec for participating in this year's Lincoln University Homecoming Parade.
Well, let's see who's next.
The Showstoppers, Mike. These are the Showstoppers put together by Mr. Jerry Morgan, who is an alumnus of Lincoln University, and he has put together a dance group of young ladies and young men here in Jefferson City, and it looks like they might want to stop and perform for the judges, Mike, because these are the Showstoppers, and right now they're going to be the parade stoppers. Mr. Jerry Morgan used to be involved with the band program here at Lincoln University, was a drum major for several years, and he has a love for music, but especially has a big heart for kiddos and wants to make sure that they can utilize their talent as dancers. And he is actually out there out front. He does not let these kiddos sweat on their own. He's right out there sweating with them.
That's right. Boy, they're doing a great job with these kids.
They are doing a fantastic
They really are.
job. And remember, Mike, they've already been through an entire parade, and they are still just as high energy right here in front of the judges' stand.
But they'll be napping later.
One would imagine. I'll be napping later just from having watched them.
That's right.
Their energy tires me out.
That's it.
The Jefferson City Showstoppers.
The show has been stopped.
And there they go.
Taking their show down the road.
Have them represented in some vehicles as well. So these are the Showstoppers and the Ride Getters.
The ride. I got that. I'm sorry, I'm a little slow. And also, I was trying to avoid a big, I don't know, wasp, I think.
I believe, Mike.
Yes.
That this is the Campus Activity Board, and this is the group that brings us all of the wonderful student activities at Lincoln University.
Well, they really help to enhance the student experience.
They do. Also, the Lincoln University Student Government Association is represented as well. These students, outside of being students, they are also campus leaders, Mike, and they dedicate a lot of time to making sure that their student voices are heard and then also that the students are well entertained.
That's right. And, of course, that also includes the Campus Activity Board at
Yes.
Lincoln University.
Mr. Curtis Burton, who is the Assistant Vice President for Student Affairs. And you cannot have a parade, Mike, without royalty.
Oh, yes, the royalty of Lincoln University.
This is, of course, Mr. and Miss Lincoln University and their royal court. Always lovely to see them. Again, another group of stellar students at Lincoln University who still find time to be leaders on campus.
And they've gotten well dressed today, haven't they?
They are very well dressed, and I won't say that they'll wear this to the football game,
Yeah.
but they will be just as dapper and beautiful at the football game.
Well, I will tell you, this is not what they wear in the classroom.
They clean up fantastically.
Yes.
And it looks like our final entry in the parade is the men of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. And I believe they are out of candy, Mike.
Oh, they're out of candy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not giving them any of mine.
The men of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity. Oh. They seem to be having a music malfunction.
They were getting ready to
They
perform.
were getting ready to do some stepping for us, but it appears that they had a bit of a musical malfunction.
Maybe they should perform to the music of their mind.
So we thank the men of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity for trying, but it
Yes.
looks like they're having a bit of a malfunction. They've been through an entire parade. and
That's right.
It looks like maybe their music has tuckered out before they did.
Well, that music will do that.
Oh, no, they're here. The men of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity doing some of their steps, showing us their stepping routines. Thank you, men of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity. Again, this is some of this energy that we talk about during the Lincoln University homecoming. You never know when somebody's going to randomly start stepping.
That is exactly right. It's stay aware.
Well, I thought the Royal Court was the end of the parade, Mike, but there is a little bit more.
Yeah, we're not quite done.
Not quite. This is Paseo High School.
It's at least their bus.
Their bus.
I hope they're not lost.
Huh.
And that looks like my car there. No, it's not, but it looks like it. You know what,
So
Misty? I believe that is the end of the
We've
parade.
made it to the end of the
We
parade, Mike.
You know, it's been a great, had a lot of energy in this parade this year.
It was a fantastic parade, as always. And so we are super excited to have had the Lincoln University Homecoming Parade again this year, Mike.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad to share it with you again.
Likewise, and on such a beautiful Saturday, too.
So, well, we hope to see you back here again next year. And for now, happy homecoming.
And go Blue Tigers.